Unit 5, John Milton's Paradise Lost, book number 9. A good poet is made as well as born, said by Ben Jonson. Here, the good poet refers Milton. Milton, in his second defense of English people, he writes, I was born in London of an honest family. My father destined me from a child to the pursuit of literature, and appetite for knowledge was so voracious that for 12 years of age, I hardly ever left my studies or went to bed before midnight. So, this is the word said by Milton when he started writing his literary work. Let me give a brief introduction about Milton. Milton was born in Bread Street, Cheapside, London on 9th December 1608. His father was a scrivener. After having a private tuition at home, he went to St. Paul's School in 1620, where he studied Latin, Greek, Hebrew, and well versed in all these languages. Milton's skill in these languages can be estimated to be a high order from the letter correspondence in the form of verse between him and his schoolmate Charles Duarte. He pursued his college education from the famous college, Christ College, Cambridge, where he is popularly called as the Lady of the Christ. Milton started his poetic career at the age of 15 when he paraphrased the Psalms from 114 to 136. When he was 20 years old, he wrote his first genuine poem on the death of a fair infant dying of cough, followed by the most memorable poem, Ode on the Morning of the Christian Nativity. Later, he has written his famous twin poems, El Aligaro and El Penseroso. These two poems, till to date, it is called as twin poem, and the mood of both the poems is cheerful, happy, gay. On the other hand, it is thoughtful as well as melancholy. And he had written one of the most memorable elegy, the title Lycidas, on the death of his friend Edward King, who is his classmate in Christ College, Cambridge. So let me explain the plot of Paradise Lost. So Paradise Lost is an epic written in 12 books actually, which actually run about more than 1,000 lines. So the book's one describes Saturn had a meeting with his followers after he has been sent out from the paradise. He decided to fight against God, so he had a discussion with his followers. In book 2, the meeting happens in Pandemonium. So Pandemonium is the kingdom of the Saturn, that is hell actually. So everyone gave their suggestion, and finally Saturn decided to fight against God. In book 3, God actually foresees, that means God predicts that Saturn is going to be dangerous for the mankind. So in the book 4, Saturn enters the Eden garden and he overhears the dialogue between Adam and Eve and about the forbidden tree. In the book 5, God actually knows that Saturn has reached the paradise and he is going to destruct the happiness of the man. So God has sent the Raphael, the guardian angel, to guard the man. That means Adam and Eve. So the book says Raphael relates further of how Saturn, being an archangel, wanted to get the power of the God, and he wanted to occupy the throne of the heaven. So this is what the content of book number 6. The book number 7, the creation of the new world, how God has created and how he created the man Adam and the woman Eve actually. In the book 8, actually, Adam recounts the God warning actually. So God has warned Adam and Eve not to eat the fruit of the forbidden tree. So that was recounted by Adam in book number 8. So book number 9 discusses the fall of the man. Yeah, the fall of the man. The book number 10 actually. So after committing the sin, God has come and God actually punished the man. That means both Adam and Eve actually. The book number 11, Adam actually pleads, he begs, he actually intercedes the God on behalf of the man actually. So the last book actually traces the history of Israel after the flood till the coming of Christ with the subsequent progress of Christianity, ending with the renowned promise of redemption. So the 12 books plot structure. Okay. Now I'm going to explain you the critical analysis of Paradise Lost book number 9, which is recommended for your study. As we know that actually book number 9 discusses the fall of the man. It gives the gist of the Saturn return to the paradise, his entry into the sleeping serpent, Eve's separation from Adam, Saturn temptation of Eve, Eve eating the forbidden fruit, Adam following the suit, their shyness and their nakedness, and finally the fall. And they accuse one another. So this is the plot of the book number 9. Usually, a new book opens with the invocation. Invocation means they actually praise God, they raise God actually. Since it is a chapter which discusses the fall of man, it is something lamentable to John Milton to actually open the invocation. He says that why he has chosen the subject fall of a man instead of writing historical plays or some other tragedy or some other kind of drama. He says that he is not interested in picturing the long tedious deeds of legendary knights, their wars, battles, suffering, mock traders, race, games, tournament, their cavalry, heraldry. In order to avoid these subjects, he feels that the inferior skill of craftsmanship is enough. So Milton wants to win the laurel of an epic poet in spite of his blindness and age and the cold climate of his politics. Then Saturn returns to the paradise. Saturn decided to fight against the god. He does not defeat God directly. So he decided to defeat the man, which is equivalent to defeating the god. So Saturn narrowly escapes a trial strength with Gabriel. That means the guardian angel appointed by God to God man actually. So at the dark of the night, Saturn fearlessly returns to the paradise. For 3 days, he circles the earth, and 4 days longitudinally. Finally, he encounters the earth on the 8th day of the night. Sorry, he makes a secret entry from the side of paradise away from the guarded gateway. This is how he enters into the paradise. Saturn enters the garden by sinking with the river and hiding in the mist and seeks a place to hide himself because he afraid that he would be identified by the guardian angel. Saturn chooses the serpent because Saturn wants to enter someone's body in order to hide himself. So after a long debate within himself, that is a kind of soliloquy, and he finds that a snake, the serpent, would be the fittest animal so that he can hide. And moreover, serpent is known for his cunningness. So Saturn decided to enter into the body of the serpent actually. And Saturn determines to destroy man. As I told you that Saturn doesn't have courage to defeat God directly. He believed that defeating man is equivalent to defeating the God. So in order to that, he aimed to destroy man for whom all his earth was made. Yeah, right. Saturn resolves to revenge God actually. Yes, Saturn reflects how God would not have planned because he has been sent out from the heaven actually. He is a fallen angel. Heaven became half empty. So he created man and man is living very happily. He didn't tolerate all those things. So Saturn resolves to revenge God. and Saturn pre-meets into the serpents. Yes, as he already decided, he enters into the body of the serpent. And in the next following lines, there is a conversation happens between Adam and Eve. Every day they are doing their work from morning to evening. They are enjoying the presence of animals, the fragrance, smell from the flowers, everything. And they are actually working hard with their actually strength. And you actually suggest Adam to divide their work. Actually, she suggests that both are working together and they are not actually doing the work properly. So Eve advises Adam to divide the work. So Adam again actually advises Eve, because actually God created Adam in order to care Eve actually. And moreover, they are husband and wife. They should not separate each other. And it is the duty of the husband to actually guard the wife, as well as sharing the work of the wife. So Adam actually rejects the advice of the Eve, but Eve persists. She insists that she wants to divide the work so that the work can be completed very soon. And this conversation is overheard by Saturn. Again, Adam actually explains himself. That means he trying to actually console his wife, and he says that working apart from away, it is not very actually comfort for him actually. But finally he agrees with the word, because Eve again insists that how she can be happy in the absence of her husband. She argues that if she is harmed, it does not lead to her sin. On the other hand, it recoils upon the doer. This is how actually she insists, and she compromises Adam. So Adam finally actually agrees with the word of Eve, because Eve actually withdraws her hand. She actually she tells that this is the last speech of the fallen Eve, and Adam indirectly actually tells that she is going to separate her, and Eve actually says that if she didn't, he didn't agree the words of her, and she will leave. This is how actually Eve threatens Adam and makes him to agree the form. Okay, so this is how Eve compromises her husband Adam. Okay, right. Then Saturn decided to actually admire Eve. So because Eve is the one who controls Adam, so Saturn decided to admire Eve. So now Saturn actually presents a soliloquy. Soliloquy means a person who speaks when he is alone, which actually reveals the inner feeling of one, actually the inner thought of one. So now actually his heart is burning. Now he decided to defeat God through Eve, because Eve is the trump card of the Saturn. So Saturn tries to go near Eve, and he started watching the attitude of Eve every day. And he goes very near to her, and Saturn flatters Eve by saying that she is the angel of the universe. Eve is surprised on listening to the voice of the serpent, because as Eve knows that she and her husband alone speak in heaven actually. That means in the new world. She is surprised to see how the serpent is speaking. So the serpent actually explains that the power of reasoning and speech he attained after eating the fruit of the particular tree actually. And also serpent actually poisons the mind of Eve by telling that if she eat the fruit, she will become the god. She will become the god. So Eve inquires, where is the tree? And Saturn actually takes Eve to the tree, which is warned by God. So that is the tree of the knowledge, the forbidden tree. Eve actually fears, and she says that if the tree is far off, then I cannot come to you. But he says that it is very near to him. So Eve offers to lead to the way of the Saturn. So finally Saturn reaches the tree, and Eve finds it is the forbidden tree. So initially she actually, that means, yeah, she hesitated to go near to the tree because she knows that it is the tree which is already warned by God and not to eat that particular fruit actually. But Satan pushes, says that God actually doesn't want to be a God, because he always want to be the God. If she eats a fruit and she will become the God and she is equivalent to the God. This is how Satan rationalized Eve actually. Finally, Eve actually argued, but she accepts the word of the Satan and she takes the fruit and she started eating the fruit actually. So there is no gap between plucking and eating. She plucked and she ate. So the force of the evil is such, even putting the conjunction between plucked and ate. See what a line it is, plucked and ate. There is no gap between plucking and eating. Now Eve realizes that she has done sin. She shifted her duty from the husband oriented to the devil oriented. The paradox is that she feels that she is growing mature in the knowledge like God. Now Adam finds Eve near to the tree and he calls that whether she has. And she tells that yes, of course. I'm sorry, she has eaten the fruit of the tree, the forbidden tree. Now Adam astounded and he says that they have disobedience. They have done against to the word, the words of the God actually. Now Eve actually tells to share his sin with him. But now Adam is very clear not to do that. But Eve embraces Adam and she says that if he is her husband, then he can share. So Eve embraces Adam who eats the fruit. So finally, both get intoxicated and they lust each other after that. Now Adam appreciates Eve, became a tree of a woman worshipper as soon as he takes the fruit of the woman gives. Now both are awakened by their guilty and their shame, and they started covering their body with the tree leaves, which is taken from the fig actually. Finally, Adam blames Eve for her willfulness. Anyhow, Eve blames the serpent and Adam in turn. So the argument continues. Both started blaming each other. Suddenly, God has come and he actually restores and he gives punishments. So this is what being continued in book number 10. So in the summary, you can understand that actually Satan has entered into the Eden garden and he actually entered into the body of the serpent and he actually watched both Adam and Eve and he overheard the conversation of Adam and Eve and he decided to admire Eve and he actually follows Eve and he reaches Eve and he flatters Eve and he makes Eve to eat the fruit of the forbidden tree, and that has become the disobedience of both Adam and Eve. Okay, and these are all the key terms which help you to understand the text completely, and these are all the terminal questions. Thank you.